What's up guys, RuppDat here with a little bit of an update video. Mostly just kind of wanted to discuss my channel in a bit as far as some of the things that have been happening and what I'm doing to address them. First off though, I do want to wish you all well and hope you are staying safe and healthy in these troubling times. I know it's really getting to us all, but we can prevail, guys. Trust me. I have faith. So, I'm sure a lot of you have been noticing that since my resurgence onto YouTube, first off, I have finally gotten over 100 subscribers, which, yay! It took way too long, but again, I'm not aiming to try to go to great YouTube heights. If it happens, it happens. But I'm just glad to be back to doing this, and I've been enjoying it. Which is the spark that died the last time around. It felt more like a chore than anything else. All my content, however, since I've come back, you've probably noticed, has been nothing but Pokemon content, specifically draft format leagues. There are two things I want to address regarding this. First off, before I get to any of those, however, well, I guess there's three things. Let me get this first thing out of the way. Schedule-wise, my IBL uploads, I think I mentioned this briefly in the past. All my IBL uploads will be done on Sundays. We do have one game every week that is considered a Monday night Pokemon game. Kind of like the NFL, I guess, whenever that hopefully gets back up and running. I know the draft was recently. So, my IBL games will all be going up on Sunday. If you do not see an upload on Sunday, that is because I was chosen to be the Monday night game. So, then you'll see the video on Monday. LAT uploads just kind of go up whenever. I could try to put them on a schedule, but at this point, considering we're getting close to the end of the season, I might as well just let it be, just upload them whenever. The main things I wanted to talk about in regards to my channel content, though, and the Pokemon video specifically. The greater issue, you've probably noticed over the past several uploads that there has been some kind of technical glitch that's worked its way in. Just about every video, I think, has had at least one visual glitch. There's been a couple of commentary glitches as well. In regards to the commentary glitches, this has contributed to some video issues as well, but it's more so the commentary. That's a case of just my computer just randomly freezing up out of the blue and locking itself up completely for a few moments before deciding, oh wait, I'm supposed to be doing stuff, and then getting back to work. I've done just about every update I can think of that would be a fix for this, and it still kept happening. So the main culprit, I believe, is the fact that this computer has way too much stuff on it. So I spent most of yesterday being Sunday as of when I'm recording this. This will hopefully get uploaded the day after on Monday, but we'll see how that goes if I can get this worked out quick enough. But I spent most of the day doing a deep cleaning of my computer, transferring a whole bunch of stuff that I feel I still need to some external hard drives I have laying around, or otherwise just scrapping them entirely if it's just useless junk I don't need anymore. That's just eating up space. So far, I haven't really noticed anything significant, so hopefully it stays that way. The other issue, the bigger thing regarding the visual issues, that is OBS. So, apparently, at least with my computer, despite everything I have done to try to get around this, every video I've looked at, every tutorial online, every guideline, every suggestion as far as the perfect settings to get your computer to cooperate to record a 60 frame per second video, OBS keeps giving me encoder overload issues at least once in every recording session, no matter what I do. And I'm getting a little sick of it. I'm going to have an Elgato HD60S now. I might as well put it to use and do 60 frames per second content, right? Apparently OBS disagrees. I probably could get it if I use Elgato's native recorder, but that recorder has so many iffy issues of its own. I would rather stick with OBS if possible. I'm still going to work with it to try to figure it out, but until I do, all my content going forward is going to be done in going back to about 30 frames per second. Because even though the Switch is capable of double that, if you look at most of the Mario games that have been released on it, those are 60 FPS, most of them, I believe. Pokemon is still locked at 30 frames per second when the game runs naturally on the Switch, regardless of how you play it. So, since I don't see any significant dip in quality from the one recording I've done so far already of this, which is my most recent LAT game, which will be going up this week, I decided I'm just going to keep it at 30 frames per second as long as OBS is not giving me any issues whatsoever. And when I do find a workaround for 60 FPS, I will go back to that. In regards to how it's going to impact the uploads I have on standby, my IBL game that's going up this Sunday, my Week 4 game, is the last video I recorded at 60 frames per second because of the fact that I recorded that before I started tackling any of these issues, when I finally decided, okay, enough is enough with these visual glitches, especially after Howler pointed out with my most recent IBL upload, and I do thank you for that, Howler. I was aware of the issue beforehand. I was trying to ignore it, but I guess it can't be ignored anymore. If my viewers are noticing, then I've had enough of it. My next LAT game, which is the first video I did after altering the settings, that'll be going up this week. That'll be the first one done in 30 frames per second, and then after the next IBL game goes up on Sunday, all future games will be done in 30 frames per second as well. This gets into the other thing I wanted to talk about. You've probably noticed that since coming back to YouTube, Pokemon content, specifically draft format content, is pretty much the only thing I've done since returning. Those of you who have been with me for a very long time, and I do thank you guys for your patience in that regard, will know that before I basically kind of disappeared from YouTube, I was primarily doing Let's Plays and other miscellaneous things that were Let's Play-esque that I thought would be fun to do. I definitely want to get back to doing those. Obviously, right now, I've got quite a bit of free time to try to sort things out and be able to do that. Ideally, I want to set myself up so that I can bulk record and edit and then schedule uploads. So that way, when life does get back to normal and I do go back to working my actual job, I've got a system set up so that I've got content coming out on a steady schedule, even still. Even if it means maybe delaying a bit between projects, so I can do this bulk recording and editing. As far as what I'm going to do, I did have a couple of Nuzlocke ideas I was throwing around. I'm not touching the Platinum Randomizer Nuzlocke idea again. Maybe at some point I'll give it another shot, but I want a better understanding of the Diamond, Pearl, Platinum games and the Sinnoh region before I actually do that, because, yeah, looking back at some of the videos, even if you guys didn't get to see them, there were quite a lot of moments where I wasted a lot of time just running around trying to figure out where I was actually supposed to go. I do not know that region as well as I would like, so we will hold off on that until I'm at a suitable point where I can actually tackle it as far as knowing where I'm going, so there's not these giant gaps of time in between. So there is other Nuzlocke content I'm considering. As far as non-Pokemon content, because I'm sure some of you want me to get back to that, that's more a matter of trying to figure out what game I'm going to do. I actually did have a game planned to do next, and I'll go ahead and reveal it right now. It was going to be Portal 2, going back off of my original plan from way long ago, where I was going to do Portal 2 in Let's Play format, and then afterwards I was going to do a series where I tackled custom maps. Don't know how viable that is these days, because I don't know how active the Portal 2 custom map community still is. I would have to look back into that. But I still want to do a Let's Play Portal 2. Of course, even though I have been planning this for years, because this was one of my original game plans when I first started using this channel for Let's Plays, I am very well aware that very prominent YouTuber Jacksepticeye recently finished a Portal 2 playthrough, and even though this is going to kind of be the case with any game that gets played, the rabid fanbases will always be like, oh, hey, you're playing this just because so-and-so played it. Even if that's not the case, which is the main reason I'm recording this, just to kind of throw it out there, I'm going to hold off on Portal 2 until a fair amount of time has passed, just so hopefully when Jack does move on to doing something else, video game-wise, I won't have people coming across my videos and jumping down my throat that I'm doing it just because he did it, which is Not the case at all, because a lot of people have done it well before Jacksepticeye have. I'm not dissing the guy or anything. I know how the internet works, and larger fan bases, even if the guys those fan bases are for don't necessarily condone it. I know how people on the internet get, so I would rather not take my bets. This is nothing against Jack himself, or a shot at his fan base in any sense of the word. It's just, there's always, on the internet, there's always that one person who's going to try to start something for whatever reason. So I'm just going to hedge my bets and play it safe. Once I do have a decent library of games, so once I go through that and figure out what I can actually play through, I will definitely start working on something, and hopefully it will be released much sooner rather than later. I just need to get things sorted out. But that's pretty much going to be the upload video, or this update video. Just an overview of the technical issues that have been plaguing my Pokemon videos, what I'm doing to resolve them so they do not become issues again in the future, as well as what I'm trying to figure out what to do beyond Pokemon content, because I'm sure you guys don't want me to stick to just Pokemon, and I certainly want to do other things as well, as much as I've enjoyed draft format in Pokemon. So, with that said, thank you guys so very much for watching. I have been RuppDat, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.